Donna. Hi, I'm Maria Donna. Throughout the week, I interviewed nearby residents and asked them how they really feel about what's happening around them.
Hey, good morning and welcome back to the show here at Click Bar Radio. And we're here with Maria Donna and Talk A Rama with Maria Donna. Good morning.
Good morning, Carl. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning.
So what was it? Okay, this week.
Let's hear about it.
This week, I went around town to ask people what they think about homelessness in Reading. And so first, I asked them if they think there's a homelessness problem and how it impacts them. And then depending on their answer, I asked some follow-up questions.
Okay,
All right,
let's go.
Do it.
All right, what's your name?
I'm Laura.
Hi, Laura. Where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
But are you staying in Reading right
Yes,
now?
I do. I live in Reading.
All right. Do you think there's a homelessness problem in Reading?
Yes, very bad.
Yeah, okay. So you think it's very bad. How does it impact you in your day-to-day life?
It impacts me, not just me, my family as well. When I have to take my kids out, it's kind of shameful that my kids have to see that in such a beautiful city, and also just how messy they make the streets and the environment, of course.
Do you think they're a threat to you and your family, though?
Not a personal threat, but more like a environment threat.
Okay. But you haven't been approached before and harassed by one of them?
Oh, like harassed?
Yeah, or something, yeah.
Yes, I have several times.
Really?
Yeah.
Here in Reading?
Here in Reading, yes. Not just over at my house, it was also a gas station. While coming to work, my previous job.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you afraid that's going to happen again?
Oh, yeah, especially now that I'm pregnant. You know, if I have to run or act quickly, I can't.
Okay, well, I hope you stay safe and take care of yourself.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You too.
Thank you for your time. Hi, what's your name?
I'm John.
And where are you from, John?
I'm from Shasta Lake, California.
All right. And do you think there's a homelessness problem in your area?
Yep, a little bit.
Not too much.
Not too much.
And you're not bothered by it?
No, actually, I love helping them.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, like whenever I donate the bottles on like you know the station like where you can sell your plastic bottles.
Yeah, the recycling station.
Recycling station. So we used to go there and sell some bottles, but sometimes when we saw them waiting for like some bottles or some people to drop by some bottles, we just gave them the like recyclable thingy because I think they need it most. And I like helping them.
That's really nice. And you go to Reading, right?
Yeah.
Do you see a lot of homeless people in Reading?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Especially in Lake Boulevard.
Yeah. Does it impact you?
Yeah.
In what ways?
Like some of them, they're like being mean whenever we went to the gas station. Like they're gonna approach you like they wanna fight like that. But I haven't experienced any abuse or harass. I'm just kinda scared, but I'll get used to it.
But do you feel threatened by them?
Sometimes, yeah,
Just a little bit.
a little bit. Yeah.
But you believe that you can defend yourself against them if they ever try something?
Maybe. Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that you help them, you know.
Yeah.
You try to help them by doing your part or
Yep.
whatever you can.
In a simple way. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Take care.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hi, what's your name? Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Where are you from? Reading, California. All right. And do you think there's a homelessness problem in Reading?
Yeah.
How did you say so?
I mean, you can pretty much go down almost any public street in Reading and find a homeless person. And it's not like their fault or anything, but you just find them everywhere.
And how does that impact you?
It doesn't necessarily, besides the fact that I probably have a little bit less money in my bank account from it, because, like, if somebody asks me for money, like, I'm going to give them, like, $5 or $10 to go buy a sandwich or something. It's not,
Really? That's nice.
Yeah. But the only, like, negative way it impacts me is when I'm driving with someone or something, and they're like, oh my God, there's another homeless or something like that. I'm like, that's someone's mom, that's someone's daughter, that's someone's brother, someone's son, that person was a child at one point in time. Like, still a person.
That's a good point. Do you think, though, that they're threats to you, or friends, family?
They can be just as any other person can be, and just how any other person cannot be. Homelessness is associated with a very negative connotation. When you say homeless, we got homeless, like here in Redding, you automatically think like drugs, alcohol use, crazy, stuff like that. And that is definitely a big factor of it, but not everyone's that way. So,
Good point.
yeah.
Do you want to add anything else?
Just be more courteous. Don't be so quick to judge because you don't know. You don't know. You haven't walked in their shoes, and even if you do know of them, you don't know what they've been through and what they're going through. So just be courteous.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, and have a good day. Stay safe.
Of course, you too.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay, and where are you from?
Texas originally, but I live in Redding.
Okay. And do you think there's a homelessness problem in Redding?
Definitely.
How did you say so?
Well, because there's homeless people everywhere, and I don't feel safe walking on certain trails and like going down by the river alone, especially at certain times of the day and night. And then I also, you can see that they're struggling and they need some assistance. So,
Do you feel bad for them?
oh yeah, definitely.
But at the same time, do you also feel threatened by them?
Not everyone, but yeah, I've been on down by the river trail, and there was someone who was definitely threatening me and everyone else around me with his anger, and yeah,
That was nice.
it was not a safe situation.
Mm-hmm. And how do you think does it impact you in your day-to-day life, in your family, and
So I just have to be extra cautious when I'm out. I do a lot of outdoor adventure type things, and I'm a single, so I do a lot of it alone. And so I have to be cautious with where I go, but then also I can work with my church, and we provide different services for the homeless as well. So trying to be proactive and fix some problems.
That's
Also,
really nice.
Yeah, but also just having to be safe.
That's really wise.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Okay. Well, that was interesting. The lady, the first lady that was on, she's pregnant, and that right there makes her vulnerable, as opposed to being able to like leave a place quickly. I thought the third lady, and she was had a lot of empathy for the homeless. That they are somebody's mother or brother or son or
Which is
daughter.
true,
Which is
yeah.
true. Yeah. So did you, that type of question, especially here in Redding, it's interesting to hear from different people that, everybody believes there's a problem, but, at various levels. But is that what you kind of glean from all of this?
Yeah. I figured that most of their answers are going to gravitate towards feeling bad for the homeless people, but at the same time, they also want to be cautious, because they're still strangers, like everyone else. But what I liked especially were the people, like you mentioned, Carl, were the people who actually have the compassion to help them and not judge them, because I think there's a misconception that all homeless people are bad and dangerous people, when in reality they are just like everyone else, like us, without a house to live in, just without a house. but they're still struggling more than we are because they live in the streets. And we definitely have to be careful when we're when we're out doing our own thing. But we don't have to single out the homeless people just because they're homeless. I think we just have to be cautious in general, and especially with the virus still going around.
Yeah.
The thing is unfortunately, many of the people out there on the streets are homeless because of mental problems, self-medication, not taking their medication, and
Several of them, but I also believe that there's some that just kind of fall into a kind of a destitution of like no job, and then you kind of are who you hang with. So if you're in a slippery slope downward, you start to hang out with these people, and then perhaps you start in this routine of the drugs, the camps, what it is to hang out, because it becomes comfortable in that situation. And I would be curious to know, in this discovery of people, of what happens with somebody who actually can climb out and talk to those people about how did you, what besides maybe the missionary work or something like that got you from wanting, the button, the wanting to go from living behind the rock, taking the stuff, doing the stuff, into coming back and being in society, or being a citizen of having a job, having pride in what you're doing, trying to stay sober and clean, and that kind of thing is very interesting to me as well. How we could help that more.
I agree. I think it starts within ourselves.
you're right. It all comes back to the person. And I'm not saying people that have mental problems because they have mental problems, but there's a lot of people out there that they've quit. This is the easiest way for them, and it does come from within. It's that sense of responsibility that I can do better than this. So, it's just reaching and getting that button pushed.
Well, we just appreciate you so much, and we think that what you do with this Talk A Rama with Maria Donna is so valid and so worthy thank you for our listeners love it, because you're really going out there and asking. These are strangers you are approaching.
And now you have a press badge.
I do.
Which may or may not help.
You can hang that around your neck.
Yeah, they'll go, oh no, that's that socialist radio station.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's just great.
I would like to, put this kind of in your group of thoughts about what to do for next weekend is, do you believe the state and feds are doing as much as possible to prevent fires, forest fires?
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway,
Which is a great segue for our next very valuable, very interesting guest, Bill Maston.
who will be coming in right after the break. Retired fire captain. It did make sense to me.